And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LPL for Week 3, Day number 1, as we return to the beautiful Shanghai over the Bund that looks like there, which I went to a couple of weeks ago, an absolutely gorgeous sight, especially during night. My name's JackeyLove, joined by Jimmy Preacher Fu, and this man and myself about to jump into IG in V5. Pull up pick bands, Preacher, because this is you. You got to pull it up.
All right, come on. I got to pull it up.
You got to pull it up. Yeah, that was the worst acting of my life.
Yeah, I tried. But here it is. All right, we got to take a second to compartmentalize all of this. And when you look, the first thing that stands out to me is the fact that Sylas actually got first pick once again, so that's very interesting. And another one is the fact that it's going to be a Renekton top lane against most likely a Kennen. That's going to be a little bit dangerous coming out for V5.
Yeah, so this matchup, for anyone wondering, V5 look to be at some of their strongest with the roster changes and are playing very surprisingly. But IG haven't had a great performance. A good time for IG to step it up, get back to their old form, but another good time for V5 to try and make the upset here. So as we look at pick and bans, we'll head on to Summoner's Rift. We'll be doing IG and V5 full and live, of course, but some unclassified picks until you look at Ning's Kayn.
I was about to say
That's what I'm excited
Look,
for.
I was just going to say, you say get back to form. How can you get back to form without getting back to your picks? And of course, Ning and Kayn, they go together hand in glove.
And of course, I'm glad to see V5, Wyfall hopping on top of the Sona. Max goes on to the Tahm Kench. Sona Tarik, Sona Tahm Kench, you know what the bottom lane is. The Yasuo from Windy. His name is Windy, and he's playing Yasuo Game 1. We saw him in the top lane. His debut was on Nico in the LPL, but now he's back to his original position. In the mid lane, Yasuo Windy. Let's go. You take it on, rookie. You take it on Invictus Gaming as we head into Game 1. See, that's
quality.
And that's the same person that yelled out to Jinu in Spring Split.
That is literally the difference between quantity and quality.
That's
because a whole lot of the crowd wants IG, but that one guy in specific definitely wants V5 to win.
That's right. Now, as we are running this one in full, and as we're looking at IG taking on V5 for the first and only time in this split, unless we go to playoffs and see V5, or IG for that matter, the way things are going, join them. It's a limited matchup, so Ning on the Kayn once again, and sorry to all the blue Kayn lovers, it will be Conqueror's Kayn, so expecting to see red Kayn come into Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, not only does he have the sustain for himself, but also the extra from Conqueror means that he could be a pseudo frontline for the rest of his team. Checking around, besides Lucas, they don't really have a coherent frontline, so the healing does matter.
I love how the fact that we're looking at a team like V5, we're going, yeah, look, their composition makes a lot of sense, and so far, there hasn't been any real big issues with their drafting. But for V5, I'm excited to see the Sona Tahm Kench bottom lane go up against JackeyLove in the Sivir Nautilus, which seems to be a pretty good lane. Dangerous for Y4, but curious to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, it used to be thought of as weaker than the Sona Tarik, and of course there is the synergy in that matchup. However, if you take a look at solo queue, Tahm Kench has a ridiculous win rate, 57%, and for good reason. The Q does a whole lot of damage, and also the fact that you can save Sona, one of the squishiest champions in the game, definitely worth it.
All right, Preacher, it's composition time though, before we start seeing Windy do what his namesake says, and start looking to knock up. JackeyLove will be our POV. I don't even know why I'm telling this. If you want to go to Doyu and check it out, you can go and do that, but let's just have it.
2 Sivers in a row.
Walk to me, yeah. So walk and talk to me.
I'm not walking anywhere. I'm watching this series.
Okay, all right, Preacher.
Yeah.
Careful for a minute.
Yeah.
Walk to me about what's going on with V5.
What's going on with V5? Well, happily, Windy is finally back onto the roster, and not as a top laner. He was substituting in first of all, but now he's finally back into mid. I think that now we get to see his full champion pool in action throughout this series.
What about compositions, Preacher? I get that, but tell me about compositions.
Well, it's going to be fun. So obviously the Sona and also the Tahm Kench are going to be waiting until they get to the one item power spike. They're going to be grouping up with Windy as well and trying to give as many resources and also CC available to him while he just runs rampant. I mean, there is a good knock-up coming out from Ben 4. The Arctic Assault does give a small nudge at the end of it, but you have to be very accurate with it to get multi-members.
I guess the one thing we haven't looked at as well is Renekton into the Kennen lane can be really rough there for the Renekton. Aliez down CS already, forced down lane while Ben4 makes the gank in the mid lane. Rookie willing to take this as Ning is going to join here as well, but Rookie is already dead. Ning joins in the mid lane, but even though it's late now for the permafrost, they might be able to get a double here.
Oh,
Ning
no.
running for his life, and that's not what you want as an IG fan to start out.
And the double tap is all you need, because as soon as you stop Rookie from moving that little bit, Windy uses his auto attacks.
Is the TP to a minion? Has Rookie killed himself again, or has he found Ben4? They've stuck around, they've been confident. Ben4 used the flash while Lucas makes the roam up.
The difference between the second fight and the first fight is the fact that Rookie had Aftershock for the second one. Timing the cooldown from Ben4 secured them the first blood the first time round.
Good to see the aggression here from Ben4 and from Windy in the mid lane. So V5 gelling well at the start of this game, and that's what we wanted to see. For V5, their chance is now against the Invictus Gaming that fall down to LNG, drop the game to Dominus Esports. And someone we haven't talked about is TheShy, because honestly, an MSI coming back into the split, TheShy has been a non-factor and hasn't been as big as we saw him in the spring split.
But this is a very good chance for him to come back. Kennen is a very nice playmaker, especially as soon as he hits level 6. That's usually when people least expect it, because there is no team fighting happening. But Ben4 coming for round 2
I mean,
on the top
TheShy
line.
is so close to the turret. He's abusing Aliez, and now into TheShy, they're going to force the flash. Much needed. Ben4 can't follow up with his own.
Still worth though, because if you burn the flash in a Renekton lane, he can slice and dice towards you, and there is nothing that you can do to escape while he uses his empowered Q.
Still, TheShy will have the lead, but with that summoner, see if there's a repeat gank up into the top lane from Ben4, who has the chilling smite, meaning it's going to be a lot more accessible. Top side pressure there from V5, while the bottom side has an Infernal Dragon sitting there and waiting.
Yeah, but nobody's really paying attention, especially not the vision advantage down onto the bottom side. Watch out for how and when Aliez gets into the top lane, because as soon as he does, Ben4 can come for the repeat gank, because by that time, TheShy would have pushed once again towards the turret.
Rookie getting close to level 6 though in the mid lane now. Abscond Abduct has a knock-up element, so Rookie able to use that last breath right about now. He'll steal it next time Windy comes into lane.
He's just looking for the good opportunity. I don't really think that it's going to be a nice 1v1 potential coming out from Rookie. He'll be looking for his team to really help him out. And if Ning goes red Kayn, like we were talking about, that knock-up is more than sufficient for Rookie to really base off.
I think the answer will be when Ning goes to red Kayn. Already ahead in this jungle, but Ning is going to look for a bit of a skirmish. Try and get that evolve as soon as possible. Level 5 here on the Kayn with Lucas walking up. Y4 in a difficult position, but now joins the fight. They find Lucas into the permafrost. Ning jumps onto Ben4, who's the aftershock help. Windy locks on down with the ultimate himself, but Rookie doesn't have one to choose from. He used it as Windy gets super low. Ning over the wall, flashes. Permafrost does nothing. Messy fight. Windy jumps into him. He'll get Ning with the help of Y4. And IG lose another. Still, V5, can they survive this? Max goes into grey health, but JackeyLove knows it's one bit of health. The Rookie flashes over. It's a 1-for-1 in the end.
Definitely worth. However, V5 come out for the better for that. That is one thing that Tahm Kench can do that a Turret cannot do pre-6. The fact that he saved Windy by eating him and dodging all of those skill shots coming his way and then spitting him out so that Windy could do that last little bit of damage. You got to say that this composition is definitely using their strengths, and that is before 6.
Well, they are, and Windy picks up a kill, or rather another assist, sorry. Able to pick up more CS, which is more important. Deny some over to Rookie, so Berserker Greaves picked up in that back. Rookie getting a kill on the way back. Got himself a Kindle Gem, and look at how this started with Lucius.
Initially a 4v3, however, the teleport finally comes in, and you can see that there is Windy off on the side, getting very low. Ning wants the kill, but gets baited into the rest of the enemy team, eventually gets left alone on the other side of the wall. Standard divide and conquer. When you tunnel onto a champion and he gets Tahm Kench eaten, doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And Max,
I love this.
I mean, he'd survive from JackeyLove. Oh,
never
okay.
mind, because we're going to look at Rookie. There's the Glacial Prison again. On to Rookie. He still hasn't died, though. Ning gets low. The Ignite's down as he jumps on inside. Windy going to get spread.
Oh.
He just cues him on the way out. Windy looking mighty fine here as he jumps on in with the last breath. They want Lucas, too.
Oh, my.
Windy is ambitious as always. Permafrost into the kill for Max. V5 are running rampant in this early game.
And we said this was the best chance for V5 to come out against IG. However, why is IG playing so heavily around Windy, around the mid and also bot side of the jungle? It just doesn't really work out against them. And when so many people convert converge onto Windy, and he gets all of that extra bonus survivability and also CC from the rest of his team. I mean, this is what it looks like.
Yep, and now that Ning has died a second time in one of these trades, he's starting to lose the advantage where he queued in the jungle. And off the back of Ben4, who set this up, Windy had a great time.
People thought that they could have actually come in against this, but he's so low and he goes in onto Windy. The last Q actually secures his face. It was more like Ning delivering himself, and with the knockup itself, yeah, it's onto a Nautilus, but you know that it's enough to really get the kill, and everybody else converges a little bit too late for IG.
I know there's a lot of questions around Lucas. That probably doesn't help him whatsoever. Rookie going to pick up a blue buff. That's all that matters here because the lane still 10 CS in his advantage. Shy 25 up in this top lane, and towards the bottom lane, if you want to do quick math, there's a small lead to JackeyLove, but no more, no less really to talk about. So Invictus Gaming, the lane kingdom is still there, but V5 are disrupting the flow nice and early. And Ben4 has made his presence known across Summoner's Rift.
So all we have to watch out for now is to see whether V5 can extend this lead. And the best way for them to do so is to play around the mid lane once again. We were talking about the huge amount of damage that actually comes out from Windy. All he needs is enablers, whether it will be survivability or CC. It's really going to be the Windy show. However, if he decides to move on to the rest of the team, that works just as well.
Super easy to apply permafrost with that node as well. Look at the dragon. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Ready? 1-2, 1-2.
That's crazy.
That is insane. That's 3 stacks of permafrost in a very short period, and that dragon disintegrated much like its element. So Infernal over to V5 while Ning looks for the dive in the top lane, and Dominus available for Aliez. Can he get out of this?
Checking it out, you also got to watch how TheShy plays in the mid.
Can Rookie get out into the mid lane? Aftershock's there to save his life, but Windy's just auto-attacking him. Ben4 gets yet another kill while Renekton dies in the top lane, but it's traded off. TheShy dies, and V5 once again get ahead.
Oh boy, we have to watch it when the replay comes, but certainly what we know for certain in the mid lane was the fact that Windy does so much damage when the enemy is in melee and just gets locked down. That is why Ben4 works so well with him on the Sejuani. The fact that if you put a little bit of CC down, not even the ultimate, just the permafrost, that's enough for 2 Qs from Windy, and that's enough to kill somebody.
And he got so much turret plating for that mid turret as well. Well, look at how Ning made the dive because TheShy somehow died at full health.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume either Ning tanks it first or TheShy just tanks it outright because it gets dropped to TheShy, and of course TheShy is taking this up. Stun as well.
That's an outplay, good sir. Very nice slice and dice.
I like the stun coming out from it as well, and it was all of the abilities used in quick succession. If you take a look at the way that Aliez actually used the W later on, it was everything that was needed just to take down TheShy in raw numbers.
Because he could have just used it straight away onto Ning, but decided not to. Very smart decision coming out of V5, and I just love that the LPL seems so close with IG not performing at their peak, but for V5, definitely starting to perform at theirs coming into summer with this brand new roster. Ben4 being very active once again, and Windy getting hovered around, getting camped. Rookie has no hope in the world if he wants to take this one on. A glacial prison stolen by Rookie, now as a defense maneuver.
Very good ability, if any, for the rest of your team, but you certainly need JackeyLove to also back you up in terms of damage, because Sylas, with the rest of his abilities, without any items, doesn't even have the proto belt to start it out, is very, very weak.
Hello, Max. Y4's going to jump on him. There's the crescendo. The bottom lane wants to take this. Ben4 jumps in as well. Slicing Maelstrom inside of Max. He flashes away, but I think this is it for TheShy. It's Y4 who gets his second kill of the game, and V5 are not slowing down.
Well, that tasted funny, but let's just talk about when Y4 decided to use his crescendo. Never mind.
Another glacial prison onto the owner itself as Rookie with the aftershock gets one in the back, and now here's Windy again. The flash over the wall. The Yasuo having a great time. He even sends out the Cyclone, but not connecting. V5. They're playing the tempo of IG in spring.
I mean, you say it didn't connect, but sure, take a look at everything else that they got. A double kill for pretty much nothing. V5 is running all over IG. Once again, it comes down to the tanky nature of Ben4 and also the little amount of damage that Rookie does without any items. He's just constantly going for these fights, and you hate to call it out, but 1 and 3, he can't fight in these situations.
He can't. He picked up a proto belt, and Rookie's still ahead in CS. That's great, but Windy has 2 kills. Windy next back is going to be in a very good position. Even Aliez is starting to catch up in the top lane of TheShy, and the bottom lane is ahead. Rift Herald comes out, and IG, you need to do something because they are going to continue getting run over as Riftel decides to teleport in front and get this turret.
You were about to say that IG have a fast time. Let's see if they can get this.
That's on the hunt, popped onto Windy. Now can he put up the shield? No, the wind wall saved by Max, so the Tahm Kench saves his life, but in we go again as Windy going to get on top of. They're going to get him as well. IG pick up 2 kills, and this is more the IG style. They force him into a corner.
It's the IG that we know and love. As soon as they know that somebody has back, they go all towards the fight. I wanted to give praise to V5 for just the mechanical plays that they're making and how they're doing individual micro really well. However, IG, whenever we say that they're just that far behind, they always give us a little glimmer of hope like that.
Look, I'm not calling it a happy game until I see it. For Rookie underneath the turret, Ning's now here as well. Good crescendo on the side of the Sona. She's so darn squishy. Looks like the Nautilus could even take it, but crescendo under Lucas. He flashed away, but he dies.
Oh, the heal!
They committed for her. The Ignite is on top of the Sona. Will she die? The question is now if Ning's going to survive, because Ben sends onto the flail. He gets a double kill. And this is going from bad to worse, just as things look even.
It is very IG to call for a dive like that because Sona is so squishy, but it just does not work out when you're trying to tower dive and you are that far behind. In the end, they managed to trade, but take a look. Despite the fact that they tried to get Y4, he just managed to survive through all of that, and even the Ignite at the end healed it off.
And I gotta say, they left Lucas to take care of the Sona, but Y4 healed so much on this Sona. Good stuff from V5 is what I'm going to open with. I'm also going to close with the fact that that is a Ziggs convergence second for Ben 4. As a bit of a quick look at turret plating. It was all 5 in the mid lane, as that's where Windy started, and that's where he ended.
Yeah, looking back at the previous series with V5, Aliez and Windy looked identical when they both played the Nico, just turned the nameplates off and you can't tell the difference. But in this game, boy, when you give Windy his main role and you put him on Yasuo with a name like Windy...
Some part of me thinks that Windy is literally a Yasuo main.
What, and like a Janna 2 trick?
I don't know, yeah, Janna, Yasuo. What else has Wind in this game?
Not even going to think about that one.
Well, I am, so Preacher, have a quick chat.
Yep.
And I'll get back to you,
Yeah,
because IG are still trying to push up this mid lane, but very hard to get through Y4 and Max right now. The Sona Tahm Kench, sorry. Looking very comfortable against them.
You also have to say that it looks better than the Sona Taric because there are limited conditions, like when Max actually ate up Windy, where it looked a whole lot better. I still need to see it played all throughout the entire game, but in the early game, you have to give it over to TK.
Yeah, you really have to. Good, look, early game's good. You've got an Infernal Dragon as well. You've got a Mountain that's going to help the scaling here for Victory 5 and set themselves up for what could be a Game 1 victory at this rate. 2.5k gold lead. Rookie going to trade off a turret, so this is finally some gold in the back pocket of the Sylas mid.
And the gold differential is not actually as big as the kills would insist, only 2k differential, so it's still nowhere near the point that IG should really be sweating it out, but this many kills and also the Infernal Drake on the side of V5 is something to worry about.
Is at 16 minutes in, Preacher, and Ning is starting to get creative with his pathing around the mid lane. There's 2 people here and no one else is going to follow up, so if Ning can get a flank, then potentially Y4 and Max get caught out, but even then, it seems so damn difficult.
Well, it's an awkward period when Sona doesn't actually have the completed Archangel stuff. Serap's Embrace, I should say.
Yep.
So he doesn't actually have the shield, and he has to rely on Max in order to save him. This is the best time for IG to exploit the Sona, because after that, she's just going to be tanking everything up. IG definitely need to be looking for that.
The healing is going to get so annoying to deal with. Rookie looking for a flank now in the mid lane. He may have just found it with the Protobelt. The flash is burned on the hunt as well there from JackeyLove, but now the Y4 doesn't have that summoner. Windy needs to get here fast.
That's what they're looking towards, and everybody is converging straight away. Once again, Max always by his side. Wasn't there for that little engage, but the flash away, that's really what the summoner is there for. So still very safe coming out from V5, and despite the fact that they had such a strong early game, I have to say that unless they continue to exploit this lead that they have, it could potentially slip away. So they need to be very quick with this, and they need to consistently make plays.
Potentially, the all-in from V5, though, is still something that is going to be so deadly to IG if they're caught out in the wrong place. 3k gold lead here for V5. Let's not forget the scaling potential out of Infernal, out of the Mountain Dragon for objectives. Double Mountain coming up next, and IG still trying to get creative with their pathing. They want Windy, they want Ben 4. A lot of shutdown on Ben 4 right now, so that's gold needed in the back pocket of Ning, who got his upgrade quite a while ago and has a Black Cleaver ready to just start bursting him down.
But these are very good Drake coming out. Here's Rookie.
Oh, finally over the wall, the absconded duck, they lock him down, they get a crescendo onto 2 members. Nautilus comes in, they send him up a billion times. Max wants pity, but he's not going to get it. Rookie doesn't either. Stays too long under turret. JackeyLove almost dies too. V5 are having a happy game because they're in charge.
No, Rookie, what are you doing? He goes way too deep, and he's the only person who's within turret range, so nobody else can even juggle the aggro with him. Gets taken down from the multiple hits.
That is just not good enough. I'm just going to say, IG at the moment, this is concerning. But V5, happy to be here for this, because V5, this looks amazing.
And we thought that it was a little bit of a joke, huh? This is the best opportunity that V5 have to beat IG.
It bloody is!
Look at the game. Look at how the game is going right now. 3 turrets to 1, 11 kills to 4. Ning, what can you do?
Can Ning 1v1 this? I'm about to find out. He still has the ultimate available. Aliez needs to go in now, but he's going to slice some dice away. Yeah, that's it. Ning does a bit of damage to him, so maybe that matchup gets a bit futile as Rookie found the matchup here, but nothing to say.
Yeah, and honestly speaking, he tries to get Max, but the heal up as well.
That's
so
true.
the heal even more. Yeah, that's the thing that condemned his
I take it back. I'm sorry I said anything to Rookie. That was great from Y4 and Max. So healing from Sona, starting to be a nuisance against IG, and Rookie's now 1-4 on this Sylas.
And you have to combine that between the heal that Max has, the redemption as well, and also the W from Y4. Pretty much every single member is deceptively tanky. And we thought that this was going to be a windy show where all of those heals and shields goes off to him, but everybody else is benefiting along the way.
Yeah, they are. We've got a redemption on the Tahm Kench. That adds so much into the mix. Lichbane coming soon for Y4. At the moment, though, look at the top lane of the map. This is what I care about because TheShy seems to be the one doing well. Alongside JackeyLove on that note, TheShy almost was his second item. As whatever that crap is, it's 0% to IG. Don't care because Rookie caught out again. Windy gets the kill this time. The difference being Baron is up. So Rookie, you could have cost them the Baron.
Potentially, and this is not a good game from Rookie. 1-5 right now. He is definitely the low point of the team. V5 are committing to this Baron, and Windy does it so fast.
It does it so damn fast. One Mountain Dragon, they flash on top of Lucas. They're going to find him. They get the slow down. The flash over the wall to be safe as Aliez comes in. Max is there. TheShy with a 4-man ultimate. Windy finally ults himself. Is the Yasuo going to be able to carry back this fight? Because IG somehow have the numbers advantage onto JackeyLove. Windy's hitting him. He goes in again. It's Yasuo. I have a bloody key. Windy sends it all out. Y4 sends him back in. Now with the TP from Rookie, he eventually does get Windy. He's looking to get Y4 as well, and he will. Rookie gets the cleanup, but only just.
Very well cleaned up by Rookie at the end, but man, you cannot talk about that fight without talking about that massive outplay with Windy combined with Y4. It is also Y4 keeping him alive. We got to watch for how he is navigating around this entire place, because he is actually on the left side and he's not anywhere near the fight, but then coming back in, he uses his ulti, gets 2 people off of it, get TheShy. No, he actually goes to JackeyLove, sorry. And then he uses his flash to immediately go on TheShy when TheShy doesn't expect it.
I'll say, though, the reason that IG, I guess, won that fight was because of TheShy. 4-man slicing Maelstrom. That was insanity. So TheShy coming up big with an ultimate. Did enough damage to impact an IG win something. But still V5 at 4K ahead, and they cannot have fights that close once more because IG will get hardly anything out of it. Even now, V5 looks to contest the Mountain Dragon.
That ultimate was very solid, but we need to see more of those coming out from TheShy and fast in order to bridge the gap that has happened in the early game. Remember, the Baron went over to V5 even though no members currently possess it. Still 300 gold for everybody involved.
IG want to contest this, but Wither Spike comes down and secured there by V5 as Ning's still in the back of the pit. Teleport in as well, slicing Maelstrom again! Onto 4 again! How do IG keep getting this? Well, they seem to have found the fight once more. Ultimate from Ning onto Y4. He'll spin to win as Nautilus jumps on in too. Ning sends up only 1. It's Ben 4 for the chase, but TheShy is just shurikening away. Can Y4 on the Sona get anything out of this engage? Well, IG seem to think so as here comes Redemption down once again. Y4 turns it. That's Sona for you with Lichbane. Back to the safety of the turret. Heals Ben 4. And Rookie now going to take crescendo. He flashes forward, looking for the burst, and they might actually find it, or will they? Y4 only just as they get the trade-off again. Second turret dive for Rookie. That doesn't work out. Ben4 even charges in. Permafrost there with the flail, but eventually they get it. Lucas survives, and IG win another fight.
These fights are so sloppy. 32 kills by 23 minutes. This is ridiculous hysterics, and you just have to take a look at each individual micro outplay as they happen. Eyes onto Windy and how he tries to get down onto the enemy members, but then TheShy comes in with the massive ultimate. Doesn't get the kills, but man, does he need to get an MVP if IG win this one, because he has definitely done so much for the rest of the entire team. Ning is off onto the side, and I guess you just got to watch Y4 right now, because it's a combination of him and TheShy and duking them out to see who
How
can
did
win.
this happen?
Great heal.
TheShy's like, I can still get it. Hang on.
Great heal. Lichbane, Q.
Oh, good
Lichbane.
Ready?
Look at that. That is Lichbane Q.
What?
That is Lichbane Q.
That was a W auto Q.
Woo. That is ridiculous.
That was a stupid amount of damage. I don't know how do you break down a team like Invictus Gaming in 2019?
They never, I mean, regardless of how behind they are, they never stop fighting.
No. How do you break them down? Is that literally it?
Oh. You're talking about how does V5 break them down?
No, I'm talking about Preacher, you're an analyst. How do you analyze a team like IG?
That's what I said. They never stop fighting because they believe in their 5v5. If things are either 50-50 or even if things are negative percentage towards their team, they believe through the sheer mechanics and also through their communication and how they know each other play, they can win fights.
That's very well said. At this point for Invictus Gaming, they've caught up in this game somehow, some way. Rookie's 3 and 6, but it doesn't matter. Invictus Gaming have the elements, they have the tools to go into this mid game, but remember, B5 set this up. It's still Windy on Yasuo. Y4 still a big Sona. It doesn't mean it's cut and dry now, even though IG are even in gold.
And I was very scared. I still am scared about Windy, don't get me wrong. But I'm definitely afraid of Y4 and his current build because he's got the Seraph's Embrace. His heals are ridiculous with his AP right now. And I'm not too sure that unless you 100-0 him, you can kill him.
It's going to be so difficult. Needed a tremendous amount of burst right now. IG don't have the Baron available just yet as they head towards this top side, but they're able to clear out vision, able to get priority back on the map. As an Infernal Dragon will be spawning, but this is going to be after the Baron. V5 get the push out to the mid lane, but they have no interest in going top side. Instead, IG will just claim that priority for now.
And it's just going to be trading about which lane priorities you're going to give over and which one you're going to take for yourself. V5 are firmly in the camp that mid lane is the best place to be. And while Baron still has a long time to come up, they're just going to rush it down mid and they catch everybody from IG unsurprised. Take a look at this. Everybody's divided and nobody can group up.
I think V5 were unsuspecting where Ning was though. So for IG, still the position is there. Ning is just waiting. Look, they're like, where is he? Ning's still towards the top side near Baron.
Bring him to me. But the bad side about this is, oh no, the death rush.
Oh no. Ben4 has ultimate available. It's onto TheShy. They've caught him out. Good pick off here for V5. Now for Lucas. Has to burn the flash himself. Wind Wall negates everything as JackeyLove needs to get the AoE. Ning's still not moving. He doesn't care.
Oh no. IG. They need to catch up really fast because pretty much Ning is the last saving grace, but he's not in the fight unless they go to him.
He wants V5 to go to Baron so he can try to steal. JackeyLove stopping them. V5 finally moved. Baron's going to be started. Ning has been here AFK for a minute 30.
It has to pay off. I mean, you'd be so devastated if it didn't.
He's skirting around Danger. The ultimate gets sent back out. Aliez flushes over the wall. Ning gets in there as well. Are they going to keep hitting the Baron? Yes, they are. Ning doesn't get it. IG, the wait doesn't pay off at all as Aliez jumps back on him with the ultimate. Ning is the only person being targeted. Good knock-up, but it doesn't matter. V5, Baron, Ning, and IG just flabbergasted.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of Ning waiting up there for about a year until they finally went towards the Baron. You know what happened in that time? The rest of his team got picked off, and then they started the 5-man, and it was a 4v5 even against the Baron. Just did not work out.
Shy's TPing in. Lucas is very early on the engagement. Ben4 still in this front line while V5 group up in the backside. Sona ult is there as well. Ben4 tanky enough IG go on in, slicing Maelstrom again. TheShy keeps getting away with it, but this time Windy's able to get in the back line with a crescendo from Rookie. Hits 4 while Whitefall gets bursted out. Now for JackeyLove, can he take this fight away? He can't. Close call for IG, but V5 still stands strong.
And it was the missed timing coming out from Rookie as well. As soon as TheShy flashed in, he should have used a crescendo as well in order to get everybody locked into the slicing Maelstrom, but it just didn't get executed. And V5 with the superior gold and the team composition that can automatically save all of their members with the Sona W and also the Tahm Kench W survive.
Yeah, V5 have 5k gold lead once again, so even though IG quarterback with 2 back-to-back fights, now for IG, longer death time as Ning into the mix. I think he could just die here as he jumps on out.
Oh boy.
He's stunned on up. That is abusive from Ning. He'll lose the inhibitor because of it, and I'm not even sure where this leads.
I mean, if V5 really want to go ahead from the way that IG have been playing these team fights, they could well do so, but they back off.
Preacher, explain this one if you can.
All right, so you have to watch for TheShy and also Rookie.
Easier.
Yeah, Rookie does have the Sona ultimate, but watch TheShy. Flashes in, slicing Maelstrom. Best time to use your crescendo, but everybody is being stunned up, none of the relevant members, and then the late usage of it while the rest of your teammates were already fallen or too low health to capitalize on it did not work out.
It's just... It's so great from V5. We'll talk about this later, Preacher, but at the moment, V5, consistency across the board, really trying to disrupt IG in these fights and doing a great job of it. Windy on this Yasuo, note to self, this is a pick that looks magnificent on him, and a good introduction to Windy's second role in 2 weeks.
Main role as well.
Yeah.
So he definitely looks much better. 8-4-9. If you take a look at his inventory, a GA firmly in place as well, so he is not afraid to jump into the front lines and be the front line along with others.
And when you have yourself a team that can really just heal for the front line, that can continuously heal you up, Windy doesn't die.
No, he doesn't.
He has a GA too, and that still hasn't been popped.
And if he really is going to get burst down, all of a sudden you have Max just eating him, no death again.
And look, people, you know, like Rookie, JackeyLove have had so much trouble getting to him. This 4-item Yasuo with Infinity Edge is just cutting through these waves. Right now, V5 with the Baron buff, they want to engage this inhibitor turret. They want to look for something similar to a fight. See if they can cut through the wave cliff.
We saw just very recently in the last series that if you do not fight with your turret, then you're not really defending without it. So IG need to call either they're making their last stand here or at the Nexus.
Well, at this point, with the minions barreling through the mid lane and another wave coming, V5 might take it through, but Baron buff is there, and now it is gone. Has expired with this wave, and for V5 to get through IG here, it's going to take everything. They jump onto JackeyLove again on the hunt speed pop. 5 members of V5 channeling into base. Whitefall misses his ulti. Here we go again. The electric storm in the middle finds everything from TheShy. V5 getting shredded now from JackeyLove in the backline. IG still haven't died as Windy is trying to carry this fight. Now for the Sona into the backline. That may be it. V5 have done it all as Ning is escaping. Whitefall with a quadra kill in the making. Give it to him, Ning, because that is the full-blown ace, and that's going to be the game.
They most certainly did it, Hysterics. What a crazy series. And for a long time, you thought, hey, IG could potentially come back from this one. But the lead was insurmountable, and almost every single time, V5 took it.
And hitting those turrets, you can see why the Sona was the last one alive. 11, 2, and 13. It's been banned out for good reason. It smacked IG on the bottom in game 1.
And can you believe it? Match point. Not to IG, but to V5. The early game was played so well by them. From the first blood that was enabled by the Sejuani Yasuo, all the way to the late game team fights, where combined between waiting out TheShy's ultimate and dodging out Rookie's ultimate as well, they survive, they overheal, and they overdamage.
And for Invictus Gaming, some good elements to come back into that game, but V5 are all over them. Just so much going on, and the fact that in this first game, IG got taken over.
Yeah, I mean, you do give props to IG because they did...
I don't.
Well, I mean, take a look at that. The gold graph was so even for a long time, and even around the 25-minute mark, dead even between IG and V5, but it was just too insurmountable by V5 because... I have to say it, better rotations, better objective control as well. They knew where everything was, and even though JackeyLove got so much damage down for his team, and it kind of looks as if the damage is better for IG than V5, doesn't matter, got heals.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, got heals. 36k damage for JackeyLove. He was trying in that game. Sivir was definitely trying, but Y4 on the Sona was an absolute big pick, and this for me seems to be the downfall of IG in the making, excuse me. What a way to go.
Yeah, if you have to judge IG on the way that they played, a whole lot of mistakes in the early game. I mean, diving a Sona and also a Tahm Kench with the redemption with the W as well, not a smart choice. Rookie, pretty much, I'm going to have to say, he ran into the enemy like 1v3 as well, just waiting to die in the early game.
And to be fair, to correct my mistake in game, that was a Sona, Tahm Kench that played it really well. Y4 and Max outplayed Rookie. We'll pull up the MVP for you because it's not often you'll say that V5 give it to the Sona. Sona doesn't make its way through the LPL that much.
But take a look at this one. I think one stat that we can't have because we're just not calculating it right now is the heals done as well. The heals and the shields coming out from the Sona were so massive. And yeah, it was like a Lich Bane damage Sona, but man, the fact that everybody stayed alive.
You're not going to see anything else in this support. So the 80 carry Sona lives true here in the LPL, and I love in spring when this meta finally came in, we didn't see the Sona whatsoever because every other region was playing it apart from the LCK and us. And then finally we get into 9.10, we get into summer, and now Sona's a hot new topic for the LPL, so good to see it explored. Yeah,
and the funny thing is that when we were at MSI, the thing that really set IG apart from SKT was the fact that they just demolished the Sona Taric, I should say. But inside of this game, the Sona Tahm Kench, bam, smacked them right back.
Yeah, really smacked them hard. Sona was a big one in game one. V5 take the opening game here in this series. See if IG can fight back or if this truly is the downfall of what was the best team in the world. We'll be right back.